If you're looking for a new fairway wood or you're looking for new woods at the top end of your bag this winter, then today we are talking through two different woods and how they could potentially be perfect for you. Are you looking for a club that maybe is a more affordable price point, or are you happy to spend a lot of money getting the perfect club for you if it helps you lower your scores? And guys, if you are new to the channel, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button and joining us on the journey to try and get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And if you are a regular viewer of the channel, welcome back. And today we are talking fairway woods. We are talking fairway woods, so we know that yes, we need somebody who is going to be nice and relatable. And yes, we have the man, the myth, the mid handicapper, the retired Dave to test these clubs out. So if you're looking for woods and you're wanting to make sure that you've got the perfect setup going into next year, whether you need a 3 wood, you need a 5 wood, you need a 4 wood, or maybe even going down to a 9 wood, making sure you have the right setup at that top end of your bag is going to hopefully help you lower your scores. But let's get Dave in here, let's get him testing these woods out, two totally different price points, but which one's going to come out on top? And we are going to start with Dave's Tacomo 3 wood. So we have an Ignis fairway wood here. We have it set at the standard loft of 15 degrees. So two same lofts, graphite shafts. There's a few differences. So Dave, 3 wood is potentially a club you put in sometimes if you're not confident with the driver off the tee.
Probably most of the year.
Which is, well, not with a new driver.
No.
But obviously, when we're talking 3 woods, Dave, you want a 3 wood that you're confident with off the tee, but maybe also hitting into some greens?
Yeah, it's a wood that I will use if I'm not confident with my driver on a particular day, or there's a particularly tight fairway that I'm thinking that driver could go offline with.
Perfect. So
and obviously I'll train it off the fairways.
Yeah, so maybe on those par 5s, you might actually try and hit this as your second shot to get closer to that green. So 2 clubs here, and you will have seen we have also done this with Dave's hybrid and irons of comparing obviously 2 totally different price points, which we'll talk about shortly. Straight away there, a nice shot there, Dave.
And that's standard. I do tend to fade my 3 wood slightly. So.
Yep, ever so slightly. And normally you would say around about 200 yards for your 3 wood? Yeah, and you'd be happy with that. So we know obviously Dave last week or a couple of weeks ago tried out a couple of hybrids or a new hybrid, and he was certainly getting some good distance out of that, close to that 190-200 number.
Drop kick. But not terrible.
No, and still working up there. Again, just a misstrike there, which is what we would expect, but we've still got a little bit of forgiveness there. Again, face control, still down the middle, but we will go a couple more here, because we all know as mid-handicap golfers that we're not always going to, obviously, hit it perfect every time. But for me, it's obviously your dispersion and your front to back. So again, that little fade that Dave was talking about.
Which I don't mind.
No. And again, just under that 200 number. So there's 2 good strikes, very consistent next to each other. Yes, we're going to have a missed strike every now and then. So one more here with that Tacomo.
Bullet.
A little bit low, but that's going to run out. And again on the fairway.
Not bad, 180.
Yeah.
Not
180,
terrible.
not too bad at all. So not bad on that front to back dispersion. Guys, you might be thinking, why aren't we outside testing this? Well, unfortunately, the golf course has been closed this week due to a little bit of rain, to say the least. So we are testing these inside, but what else do you want to see Dave testing? We are going to be going down to SGGT, so the fitting centre. You might have seen some videos on there with Lawrence, and we're going to get Dave to do his best of 2024. So what do you want to see us do? Do you want drivers? Do you want fairway woods, hybrids, irons, wedges? Or do you want all of those to come on the channel through the winter before you make your decision? So quick change in club, Dave. So we've now changed over different price point, which we'll talk about shortly. And we've gone into Zexio.
Yeah, straight away, different look. There's a matte finish on the Tacomos.
Yep.
This is a gloss finish. That's a dark face. This is a silvery face.
Okay.
That does make it look as though you can see more of the face.
Gives you a little bit more confidence?
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
Interesting.
And obviously I always like a little
mark on the top
Mark
to
on the
get
top,
the ball
so.
in the middle. So very interesting there, guys. And we are going to be doing a buyer's guide going through the winter of what you need to think about, the top 3 things you need to think about before buying clubs. And something like this is what colour face do you like on there, what shape head do you want, what obviously shaft do you have in there. All things to consider when buying.
Bad one to start with, Christopher.
Yeah, not a great one to start with. Again, you lost your balance there, so we know obviously, unfortunately, why that didn't go as far. But yeah, buyer's guides we are going to be doing because obviously it's very important when you're spending your money, a few things to think about. Do you want a fairway wood or an iron with offset? Do you want no offset?
Well, I was off balance there as well, Chris, but...
Oh, you've timed that one well. What's that going? 190 carry to that 200 number. So a great strike, the furthest one yet. A different sound, again, something to consider when you're hitting that. Sounds a little bit louder. Would you be used to that, Dave? Would that be something that puts you off?
It wouldn't put me off. It wouldn't really put me off. I don't mind the sound so long as it feels nice. A loud sound doesn't put me off at all. It just is what it is. Although I wouldn't want it as loud as some of the old Nike ones were.
Yep, the old Sasquatch or the Cobras, they were also very loud, to say the least. Right, let's go a couple more then. So straight away there, a higher launch with this club. So differences, shaft is 20 grams lighter. And this club and this brand is designed in this range, the Zexio or Zexio 13 range. Again, another great carry, 200 yards just under. Is designed for those slower swing speeds, so under 90 miles an hour. They've gone lighter in the shaft, a little bit longer there, but back to see what Dave can do. It's a low bullet. I was just about to say we was getting a lot more height with these, but a little bit low on the face, but still getting that consistent number. And this is where obviously Dave's got away with that one. Good swing, but low on the face. But obviously we know with that technology, it's designed obviously with that different thickness face around there.
I think I felt as though I were a little bit the ball was a little bit too far forward.
Yeah.
I still, being a MID handicapper, I still decided to carry on because why stop?
But we still got obviously the direction. But interesting enough, guys, that's a 3-wood. The first 2 shots were a towering shot. And how many of you want that 3-wood with that towering flight? So it's good on your par 4s, but it's also good on those par 5s for those second shots. And again, a penetrating ball flight there. So extremely consistent there. And over 200 yards. A very good shot, Dave. So straight away, Dave, obviously sound and feel, but performance-wise, which one's coming out on top?
Well, I would say that both dispersion side to side and distance, it would be the Zexio.
Well, let's talk price. So as we know with Zexio, and probably why we don't see it too much here in the UK, is price point. So this fairway wood alone is coming at £499. So very close to your Callaways, your TaylorMade's driver. Just for this fairway wood is $499. If we talk Tacomo, yes, the dispersion was a little bit off. We could put a little bit of that down to Dave. Obviously the technology maybe is not as advanced, but it's coming in at pretty much half price, £259 for the Tacomo Ignis fairway wood. So it's all about your price point, guys, but there are other options for you to look at. There are second-hand shops like Golf Clubs for Cash, where maybe you could pick one of these up second-hand, maybe last year's model, for the same price as a brand new Tacomo. So it's very much thinking about your budget. The technology in here does speak for itself and the results are fantastic, but obviously you are paying a premium. If you're going to keep these for a long time, potentially it might be worth your money. For me, I'm very impressed and just very surprised, obviously not only at the price point, but very surprised with the performance. The performance is just as good as anything I've seen MID Handicap Dave test. But what would you be looking for? Would you be going second hand? Would you be going new? And guys, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, those comments, let us know what do you want to see going through the winter.